Okay, cool. I think we can go live now. All right, I am live. Awesome. All right, sight and sound. Give me just 1 second. I'm still working everything on the back end here. I want to put myself on the other screen in the studio. Just bear with me a sec. I'm gonna go to my channel. Your channel. I want to see myself. Spare a second. I just want to make sure that I'm seeing myself in YouTube. All right, cool. And we're good to go. All right, guys. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm gonna start the show. Well, I'm gonna let's go to slideshow. All right, awesome. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna be like on screen for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna get off and just run the slides because I really want your focus on the information, and I think it's going to make it a lot easier for you to kind of follow me. Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream here. In the live stream and in YouTube chat, feel free to say hi to me over here. Tell me where you guys are from. Tell me where everybody is coming in from. Today we got a really cool show. I'm going to show you stuff that I bet you most of you have never even heard about, much less seen before, and show you how you could have unbelievable flexibility with nothing more than just a web browser at your fingertips. It's going to be very cool. I'm going to put all these things together for you that we've been doing inside BK for quite a while now, and it's finally ready for prime time. Finally ready to display and show you how all these technologies in the world now allow you to basically trade in the cloud automatically and do really well. I'll share some strategies with you, and I'll show you exactly how we put it all together. How's everybody doing? Anybody from the States joining me today this morning? Let's see who's here. Who's celebrating Memorial Day in the States here today with me? Anybody? It's a beautiful day in the Northeast. We are going to have a massive cookout. For anybody who doesn't know, the official start of summer in America is the last weekend in May. It's called the Memorial Day holiday. It's actually a holiday to honor the fallen veterans of all the wars in America, but basically it just acts as the unofficial start of summer. And today we just have like the greatest day ever. It's 75 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 22 degrees Celsius, sunny. I literally have 18 people coming to my house today to grill hamburgers and hot dogs, the quintessential American food. So it should be a blast. So after this, I'm gonna put on my chef's hat and start getting ready for the day. So I hope it's nice everywhere else where you guys are. Oh my God, let's see what everybody's saying. This Dallas, well, I know Dallas people are going to definitely barbecue. And there's Singapore, there's always warm in Singapore. And everybody's got their coffee. And of course, in Australia, you guys, what time is it in Australia? It is 9 o'clock at night in Sydney. See, I always know what time it is in Australia because I have my Apple Watch, has London time, and has Sydney time on it all the time because we are very close to both of those centers. So it's evening for you guys, and I hope you guys are nice, comfy, settled. You've already had your fun day today, and I'm going to walk you through and show you some very cool things, I think. This has been a very special presentation I've been saving up for quite a while because I wanted to share all these ideas with you. Anyways, feel free to post up any questions from either side, from the go-to side for those people who are registered for the webinar, and from the YouTube side. I'm going to take myself off camera precisely because you don't want to be seeing me going boom left and right on the camera. I want you to focus on the screens. I want you to focus on the presentation. By the way, if you're interested, the presentation is relatively simple, but if you're interested, I'm happy to send you the PowerPoint of this presentation for you to sort of, this it really talks about just sort of the basic ideas of why you should consider automated trading and shows you the various tools that I'm going to be using. So if you're interested, I'm happy to send you the PowerPoint. All you have to do, and let me actually just put this into, I'm going to put it into YouTube chat. Just write, Boris sent me PowerPoint at contact. The hardest part of this is that I actually have to type at bktraders.com. That's that's our email address. Just send me an email. Say, hey Boris, can I have the PowerPoint? I'll be happy to send it to you. Okay, it'll be super easy. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, it's fine. Those of you who didn't get an invite, you guys are following me on YouTube. That's why we're streaming it live on YouTube for everybody to make it really this beautiful. Oh, cool, people from Nigeria. Look at this. Everybody getting up even from the States and from Florida. Nice. Everybody's up early. Everybody up having a good time. And South Africa. What time is it in South Africa? I need South Africa on my watch because we have a lot of people. There's people from Naples. Very nice. Very nice. So the cool thing about what I'm about to show you is this literally can be used by anybody anywhere in the world. In other words, the process I'm about to show you, the automation process, as far as I know, all you need, if you are in Australia, of course, if you're anywhere in the world except the United States of America because of regulatory reasons, I want you to have an account with 8cap. Our friends at 8cap are sponsoring this webinar, and this is, of course, my focus to make sure that I can give you all this value information from them. If you are not in, if you're in the US, there are other brokers in the US that you could do this with. So the cool thing I'm going to show this with you is that this is a universal process. It's not just something dependent on one region or one particular piece of software. So it's very, very neat this way. Let me see if there's any interesting questions. Okay. 1,300 hours in South Africa. Oh, so it's daytime. So you're kind of like on UK time. South Africa is kind of like on UK time. Wow, that's weird. I always thought it was like so far ahead. Oh, that's cool. Somebody's asking me, you had some offers for your course in the past. I'm going to show you how to get everything free, my friend. This is going to be the best offer possible. Not only am I going to show you how to everything get free, I'm actually going to pay you money by the end of this webinar. So stay tuned and listen. Yes, I've even figured out that technology. All right, everybody coming into the room. Everything is recorded. Of course, everything is recorded. Do not worry. I will have the video. Of course, we're streaming live on YouTube, and those of you guys who are watching on YouTube, that will be live and publishable on our live screen, literally almost right after the webinar is there. So you can always watch it on demand as you see fit. And as far as people who are registered, I will be emailing you. I'll be emailing you the video probably Monday because it's holiday time, and they'll be sending it out of Europe for you. But you will have the video fully archived, so you're going to know step by step all of these rules and everything else. And more importantly, if you guys like what you see and what I'm about to show you, I'm going to show you how I'm going to help you set all of this up on a one-to-one basis, so you guys won't even have to worry about it. Calgary, Canada. Has it gotten above 0 in Calgary at this point? No, I'm just kidding. So, anyways, my friends from up north. All right, my friends, I'm going to say hello to you. Actually, let's. I'll stay on camera for just like a couple of minutes because I want to talk to you about automated trading and just discuss some of these issues. And then, once I'm kind of done with my slides, then I'll get off the camera because I want to get into charts. I want to get into strategies. I want to get into everything that is so cool about this thing. So without much ado, hi everybody, hi. Don't worry, everything is recorded. So if you miss something, if you need to step away, you are fine. You will get to watch it again. Let's talk about automated trading, which is a very interesting, but has been a very intimidating, complex process for many people across the world. So the retail trading world has basically been dominated in automated trading by one single piece of software, which is MetaTrader. You up to now, what you've had to do is you've had to write a custom MetaTrader EA code piece of script. You have to probably pay most people. It's extremely difficult to actually code in MetaTrader, so you had to probably pay somebody. They would have to make this piece of code. You'd have to either buy it or hold it. Then you'd have to trade it on your computer and keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And that was an incredibly actually difficult process because you'd have to learn how to use MetaTrader. You'd have to learn how to use the EA itself. You'd have to configure it all, and then more importantly, you have to keep it running. Now, with all those barriers, there's been millions and millions and millions of automated trading EAs out there floating around, but it's been a big intimidating process for everybody. Not to mention the fact that MetaTrader 4 and 5, great platforms, and they're going to be part of our discussion here, but they are ugly, right? I mean, I don't think anybody can argue that MetaTrader 4 or 5 are really interesting and pleasant to trade on. So it's been hard to actually create really, really cool visual strategies. And all these barriers have completely melted away. And this is what I really want to talk to you about. So the advantages of trading automated, of course, are very simple and clear. The two of the strongest advantages is efficiency and speed. Anybody who has traded for more than a week knows, one, you're going to miss a trade because you stepped away to get a cup of coffee, like, I do all the time, right? Two, you're going to hit the wrong button. You're going to hit the buy instead of sell because somebody's talking to you and your focus is off. Three, and this is my favorite one, you're going to hit 100,000 units instead of 10,000 units, or worse, 1,000,000 units instead of 10,000 units, which I've done 1,000,000 times. And suddenly you're in a trade 10 times too large on which you're really not that confident in, and you're losing in the first minute what you were supposed to have risk as for your whole day. Raise your hand, via emoji, if any of these things have ever happened to you. Tell me, guys, on YouTube. One, have you ever hit the buy button instead of sell? Two, have you ever hit much larger position than you intended to because you forgot that the settings were already preset? And three, have you ever I missed this trade. I just went away for a second. My dog was barking and now I missed the trade, right? Any of those things have happened to you? Let me see some yeses in either one of these rooms. I want to see some yeses because I'm almost certain that's happened to you. Yes? Can I see a yes? Let me see. Yes, yes, and yes, Bob Kennedy says. Okay. Oh, Gary, I love you guys on YouTube. Thank you for raising your hand. Yes, I want to see that virtual hand. So even those of you who are quiet, I am certain that every one of those things has happened to you, not once, not twice, but multiple times. We all know that, honestly, would I say that it's 50%? Maybe it's 50%. I think, honestly, 50% of my losing trades, maybe it's not that high, maybe it's 30% these days because I've gotten a little better, but I'd say that 50% of my losing trades, like big losing trades, let's say not all trades, but not all losing trades, but my really stupid losing trades, 50% of those are really due to human error, to my error, to me making a mistake. Not, in other words, I have the plan, I have the execution, I'm just doing it badly because I'm a human being. It's really amazing at how we suck at just the basic, tasks. And that is a huge advantage of having the computer do the work for you, right? Now, the other thing, of course, is, this is an argument that people make all the time. I will say it's partially true. It's not fully true that automated trading is emotional free, in a sense that, yes, the computer has no fear, right? So if you lost on the prior trade and there's a new trade setting up, the computer doesn't care. It's going to execute the trade. It's not going to hesitate. Computers do not hesitate. And hesitation, as many of you know, and as many of you have probably found out, what in trading is probably one of the greatest sins of trading. I day trade every single day in my live room. Those of you on YouTube, come visit me every Tuesday and Wednesday for live trading. As a matter of fact, come visit us this Tuesday. We're going to be live trading. You know that 90% of my errors are just me hesitating. You snooze, you lose. The computer doesn't do that. That's the beauty of the thing. I think the greatest advantage of this whole emotion-free trading is it's not so much that you don't feel the pain. You're going to feel the pain whether the computer makes a trade or you make a trade if the trade isn't going your way. It's just that you don't hesitate, and that's actually an incredibly very, very useful thing. So it does reduce stress in that sense, in terms of not missing trades. Of course, you also have the ability to backtest. There's lots of different ways that you can backtest with automation, and I'm not a huge believer in backtesting. Where I think actually the computer automation really works for you, and I think most HFT guys, even some of the smartest guys in the world will probably agree with me, is in forward testing. You see, the reason why I don't like backtesting, and that could be like a whole webinar we could have a conversation on. The reason I don't like backtesting is because you're always testing on past data. And we all know that the markets are working, of course, on forward data, and that the past never quite repeats itself the same way. It repeats itself similarly, but never quite the same way. A tiny shift in regime could completely invalidate all of your backtesting results. So there's a statistical concept. I don't want to bore you to death with boring advanced stuff. There's something called the Markov process, which is brilliant statistical idea that Jim Simons from Renaissance Technology, who's one of the greatest automated traders in the world, for many, many years, had just passed away last week. Sort of titan of the industry. He really was the pioneer in this process, which is basically take just the most immediate data, take the information from the most immediate data. Somebody actually told me, I swear to God, my friend Robbie Booker, I went to dinner with him yesterday, and he said to me that Simons actually, he was one of the most brilliant scientists in the world. So he was certainly not in any kind of a way a kook, but he actually traded moon cycles for a while because moon cycles were effective on certain, there was certain correlation for a while. And basically you trade it until it stops working. That's the mantra of the Markov process. And of course, that's the beauty of automated trading, because you can just, create an idea, put it into production, and if it's working, just keep it going until it stops, and it keeps making you money. So it's sort of super interesting, and I think that's one of the greatest advantages. Not so much as it's back testing, but what we call forward testing, which is putting the trade into live market conditions, and if it's working, then you're adding capital to it and make it much more meaningful. And then of course, this is probably the greatest thing. I mean, I don't know about you, me. I am what's known as a monochromatic individual, meaning, my partner Kathy can literally do 5 tasks at one time, right? She can be writing an email, chatting with somebody else, talking to me, yelling at me most of the time, and trading, right? I am serial in my processing, meaning I can only do one task at a time. I'm just unable to parallel process at all, right? And I think certainly many men, and I think women are much better at parallel processing, but men are definitely very much serially oriented. So, I'm perfectly aware of my, weakness, and I kind of structure my life to basically do one task at a time. And I'm sure many of you are the same way, right? And that is literally, to me, the greatest advantage of automated trading, because you see, the computers are built for parallel processing. For example, when I day trade, I can trade gold and NASDAQ, and that's it. And there are opportunities in the S&P, there are opportunities in the Dow, there are opportunities, very often in other instruments that I'm completely ignoring because I cannot do. As a matter of fact, I would make the argument that if I trade anything besides gold, I'm doing a bad job most of the time. Guys always laugh at me because that's what happens. I jump around a lot just to make it easy for people to look for new ideas. But when I'm trading myself personally, I like to do one single instrument. So that's very limiting. Think about that, right? The computer can trade not only, 5, 6, 7 currencies at the same time, but it can trade 5, 6, 7 strategies at the same time. That's the beauty of it. They say there's only one free lunch in the financial markets, and that lunch is diversification, meaning that the best way to trade is to have small a piece of capital into 4 or 5 separate strategies so that not one single strategy, if it goes off the rails, really hurts your P&L, right? In an ideal world, they're all producing positive P&L, but we know that doesn't happen. Usually if you get 4 or 5 strategies, you can have 1 or 2 of them contributing the vast majority of the P&L. Or to go even more granular, and I'll show you this on my strategies, let's say you have 5 currency pairs, right? Not every currency pair is going to be successful all the time. So what you're hoping for is that there's a majority of currency pairs, or that there's a plurality of currency pairs that's contributing to this. That's impossible to do if you're doing everything yourself. I can't trade most people can't trade more than Eurodollar, right? So spreading risk across different currency pairs, market strategies, all of that incredibly valuable as a diversification. And then of course, 24/5 market monitoring. This is what I'm going to show you that's so cool about the automated strategy that I propose. Many of you probably expect, and that's certainly an option for a lot of you who want to consider automated strategies, a VPN. I'm actually curious, how many of you already have a robot running in the cloud on a virtual private network somewhere, somewhere around? Just raise your hand. Let me know if any of you are using VPNs, because that is a standard solution. And what I'm going to actually show you, it's very, very cool, is that you could run 24/5 out of your house without ever, spending money. You could use the VPN, but you can spend money on just on your own computer, run that, and it will do the job better, stronger, tighter than anything on the VPN, and you don't have to do anything. You won't have to do anything. It's really, really cool. I mean, I've gone a month month and a half without ever actually executing a trade on lots of these strategies, and it's all sitting on my computer. It's really, really cool. So people are using MT4. Let me see. You're an autopilot trading program for forex bass. Okay. All right, cool. People have sort of different strategies. I'm just talking about the very fact that if you have a virtual private network, if any of you are running that. Some people are saying they do. Okay, so that's good. So if you do, I think I'm going to improve your experience, hopefully, by doing that. And of course, the key thing about automation, precision, consistency, that's the most important thing. Reduction of human error, all of these things that we talked about. And this is the other aspect of it, scalability. The fact that you could run 100 strategies if you really wanted to, but if you got granular, you don't have to get insane. I generally don't think, the rule of thumb statistically is that you don't need more than 10 stocks, more than 10 positions, more than 10 strategies to give you diversification of thousands. That's the sort of statistical shorthand, because as long as they're non-correlated, these ideas will really, really help you. And yeah, you could copy trades into multiple accounts. All of that stuff is totally, totally possible. So these are the basic functionalities of automated trading. Even if you like to do manual trading, and of course I love to do manual trading, it's great to have. I mean, think about, we talk about diversification of strategies, but it's also diversification of trading, right? But frankly, the real reason why a lot of you might find this attractive is because, most of you have real lives. You have work, you have family, but you want to participate in the market. Like, the greatest thing that I can share with you with this particular approach is that you can do whatever you want in your regular life, but you can still open up your iPhone or Android, but I'm assuming most of you have iPhones. No, I'm just kidding. You can just flick open your MT5 or MT4 platform and just watch the sequence of trades on the platform, right? Matter of fact, let me see. I wonder if I could actually show this to you. Hang on a second. So just to show you, this is my iPhone. I wonder if you could see this. Can you see this on my iPhone? Where am I? Oh, I'm raising it. I'm a little bit delayed here. But anyways, this is my iPhone. And this is just, one of this. I think this is Stallion running on my iPhone. Now, I don't touch this thing, but I can monitor it anytime. I can just watch the trades happen, see the P&L if I want to. And that's kind of really cool. The point being is you can participate in the market without having to do the work. Once you set it up, and it's literally a 35-minute proposition to set it up. But before we talk about the mechanics, right? I'm going to get off the screen and take myself off so that I'm not distracting you, and we can talk about strategies, because this is what I really want to share with you, the cool strategies we have, and I'm going to share with you the mechanics of how you can automate all this stuff and put it together. All right, this will also help me watch all the question marks. So let me stop my video for a little bit. I'll come back. But let me just stop my video for a second, and we'll discuss the strategies that we want to use here. Okay, so there are two strategies that I have in play right now, but the key thing that you need to know is that the amount of strategies is effectively unlimited. Like, you could do as many strategies as you want because the framework of what I've developed. But let's talk about the two strategies that I use, and let's talk about the framework that I like to use. As I say, this is just my ideas. You're welcome to use them, or you're welcome to use something different. But I'm going to show you the whole framework for how to make it happen. So the two strategies that I want to share with you is Stallion, BK Stallion, and BK xtrend. BK Stallion trades moving averages, very, very simple strategy. BK xtrend trades Bollinger Bands in a very, very cool way. I'll show you how that's set up. And they all trade. I'm running all of these on these 5 most liquid pairs. Euro dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar CAD, pound dollar, and dollar yen. Could I run this on more strategies? Can I run it on other strategies? Absolutely. Excuse me. Can I run it on other currency pairs? Absolutely. I could run this on multiple currency pairs, but I find I want to use the most liquid currency pairs, tightest spreads, best execution, because I want to give myself the highest chances of success in terms of production values. So let's talk a little bit about what these strategies are and what they do. The mechanics of these strategies are incredibly simple. On the BK Stallion, we're using a short period moving average and a long period moving average, but unlike the conventional wisdom, which is when the short period moving average crosses the longer period moving average, you buy, and when it drops below, you sell, we actually do the opposite. We actually sell when the short period moving average crosses over, and then we buy when it drops below. And the reason why is because many of you, may have probably already discovered, and I'm wondering if you agree with me, is that forex market is actually much more of a mean reversion market. And people say, oh, currencies trend. Currencies trend very, very rarely. And generally, the most obvious trade is actually the wrong trade, right? So the moving average breakout trade is usually you're on the wrong side when that happens, or at least the wrong side for a little bit. And all we're trying to do is just take a small amount of money on each side. But I'll show you that even when you are looking to trade trend, this strategy actually captures the trend because it effectively buys the retrace. I'll show this to you on the charts. And then xtrend is a great strategy that uses Bollinger Bands. I kind of stole this from Kathy and modified it. And both of them trade on a 15-minute chart. Now, I do something very unique, and you're welcome to do it. You're welcome not to do it, but I'm going to hopefully impress on you on how powerful and useful this is. We use a modified progressive betting schedule. What does that mean? Is it, does it mean that we martingale our way into blow-ups? Absolutely not. So do we martingale? The answer is yes. Do we martingale perpetually? The answer is absolutely not. Do we have a hard stop? Absolutely. What we do is very, very simple. We have a 1, 2, 4, 8 cycle, meaning one lot, the next trade is 2 lots, the next trade is 4 lots, the next trade is 8 lots. That's it, just four cycles per entry. And meaning that if the first trade doesn't work, we wait for the next setup, double the size, trade it again. That doesn't work, wait for the next setup, double the size, trade again, wait for the fourth setup, double the size, trade again. If that doesn't work, we stop. So what's the mathematics of that? What is the mathematics of that type of a structure? And we're trading it on a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Generally, what I'm going to show you, what I've been trading is 20 pip target, 20 pip stop, right? So the mathematics of this is very simple. If you hit what's called a terminal loss, like the big loss, you lose 15 times your risk, which I'm sure is shocking to people because you're always taught trade 1-to-1 risk or trade at worst 1-to-2 risk. Oh my God, 1-to-15. Those are crazy odds for us. They are if they were frequent, but they're actually really great odds if they're not frequent. And this is what I hope to kind of show you and show you how you could kind of harvest profits consistently by this approach. This is an approach. There's two types of approaches in the currency or in any kind of trading. There is the lottery approach, which is I'm going to bet $1, make $1 million, right? Which is what everybody teaches you. And how's that working? It almost always fails. Why does it almost fail? Because think of the lottery. How many of you have played the lottery? How many of you have won, right? I'm sure some of you have played the lottery tickets. Literally, I know no one who's won. And if you know somebody who's won, it's a very, very rare occasion. So winning trades that have a 1-to-10 risk reward ratio have the exact same success rate as the lottery. Lottery is a loser's game, right? And the lottery approach to trading very often is a loser's approach. Now, you know what's a winner's game? You know what makes money all the time, anytime, every year for the last 50 years, 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years? I'm actually let's see if everybody in YouTube or in GoTo, tell me what industry for the last 400 years has made money all the time and is still the same industry that it was in the age of Napoleon. Anybody have a guess at what industry is? I'll give you one clue. I bet all of you have at least one of its products for the car, for your house, or for your life. I gave it away. Come on, somebody type it in. Tell me what industry is in banking? Banking? Oh my God. Come on, guys. Seriously. You've used this service for your car. This is a financial service. You've used this service for your house. You've used the service to protect your life. Nobody's guessing. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to tell you. The insurance industry. The insurance industry, guys. The insurance industry. Okay. Insurance. There we go. Chang got it. Insurance got it. Insurance. Because think about what the insurance model of business is. Let's take the idea of life insurance. You pay $2,000 a year, a tiny, tiny amount, right? And the insurance company says to you, I'll pay you $1 million if you die for term life insurance, right? Term life insurance. So if you think about it inversely. The insurance company is taking a 1-to-50 risk, right? It's collecting $2,000, and if it loses, it's got to pay out 50 times that amount to $1 million, right? That's a sort of standard $1 million lifetime insurance policy. And you're like, who the hell would want to be in that business? That sounds like a really bad business. I have so much liability on my hands. Why would I want to do that, right? And of course, the answer is everybody, because the actual odds of them paying you $1 million is, so it's a 1 out of 50 bet, right? 1 out of 50 bet. Um, One time I got a insurance salesman drunk, and he actually told me the statistics of this stuff. This is by the way why they're willing to pay, they're willing to sell it to you for $30 a month. You know why? Because the actual payout odds in term life insurance is something like 1 out of 6,000, right? 1 out of 6,000 policies actually has, they have to cash it in. So if you're 1 out of 50 risk, and you're only, and you got to cash in 1 out of 6,000, think about the amount of money that generates for everybody. There's a reason why Prudential and AXA and Equitable have all been around since the day of Napoleon. I mean, you look around at some of the industrial companies, besides General Electric, nothing exists in the Dow Jones Industrial Average from the last century, nothing. But you know what exists from last century? Prudential. Prudential's been around since the 1800s. You know what exists since Napoleon times? AXA, So think about that. So we like to follow the money, and the money is in the insurance model, which is, now, the other thing that you need to understand is that it's $1 million liability, right? The insurance company isn't saying to you, you give me $2,000, and it doesn't matter how much money you want, I'll pay you. No, it's there in the insurance business. It's called capitation. I mean, and it's true in anything you do. By the way, if you have a health insurance, your health insurance is capitated. God forbid you get sick. If you go like above $1 million, they're not going to pay $1 from more being for your insurance treatment. That's the rules of the business. Now, capitation is just simply a fancy insurance word for a stop loss, for a terminal stop loss. So we have a terminal stop loss at 15 times losses, right? That's our capitation. And that's how we run these strategies. So let me show you the actual performance of these things and what they do, so you could get an appreciation for how this works in real life, right? So I'm going to take you first. Let me see. Here we go. We're going to take you to Stallion. I'm going to take you to Stallion, and I'm going to show you the Stallion indicator. This, by the way, is a private indicator that I wrote myself, coded myself, that has a framework that allows us to run these multiple entry structures that you won't find anywhere on TradingView. The only way to find it is to be part of BK family and part of the ACAP family. So I'm going to show you. You're going to be able to get all this for free as long as you become part of BK family. But there's literally no trace of it anywhere. You can't find it. It doesn't even exist on the because it's not a public indicator. It's a private indicator. So what this does is very, very simple. I'll get a little bit bigger here on the screens here so you guys can actually see it. So this is a 15-minute chart, right? 15-minute chart. And this is, let me see what the moving averages are. Yeah, this is a 10 and 100. You can see that in the settings, everything is configurable, including the amount of trades I want to complete. In this particular case, I'm only going to 4 cycle trades. It's one of my friends who's a European helped write this, and of course Europeans start with 0 instead of 1. So it's 0 is the first trade cycle, 2 is this, 1 is the second trade cycle, 3 would be the final trade cycle. So my terminal trade cycle, the amount of risk I'm going to be willing to do this is 4 times, right? And this trade's very, very simple. So here you go. This is British pound. I just pulled up the chart. It does, it doesn't matter. And as a matter of fact, you guys can, you guys can chime in while I'm talking. Why don't you guys type in? You have your choice of euro dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, dollar CAD, pound dollar. Just type in the next currency pair, and then I'll just do it because I want to make sure that I want to show you this in real time. So I'm not manufacturing any of these data sets. So what you see here is prices just simply go up. We generate a sell. Now the prior trade over here was what happened here? This was a buy, and then this is a sell level. So we generate a sell level over here, and it goes against us. It goes higher. It just, surprise, currency goes higher. So we get stopped out. The stop out at this level one is denominated by this purple color, right? Everything is super visual, which is what makes this so cool. You can just visually instantly see what's working, what's not working. So the first sequence, I'm selling 0.1, and you can set the size any size you want, but this is a recommendation of mine. So if I have a $10,000 account, I'm selling 10,000 units. Well, it's my initial trade, because the reason is that the biggest size I'm going to go to is going to be 80,000 units. Now, I'm using incredibly low leverage, incredibly low because I'm a very conservative guy. You guys can use much larger. All of this is totally configurable on your end. But here's the idea. So I go short, I get stopped out. Okay, no problem. Then the algo waits, and it sets up to the buy side, right? So I take the buy side, and it takes the trade over here. Boom, I get stopped out. Okay, no big deal. I go to third time on a buy side, and boom, it resolves. Now, what is a resolution color? The resolution color is this light green color. So in order to make it very, very simple to see, if I have a winning trade or a losing trade, you just simply look for this, bright green color. And what you'll notice is, you're going to see like right now, it's been, by the way, this has been literally the worst month. May, look at May. It's just been zero movement. It's just been chop city. So it's been very, very hard to try to extract money. I still managed to basically what we call resolve the trade, meaning that the trade ultimately resolves in profits. In this case, it took us to level 3, it resolves. This one is level 2. This one is just got stopped out on level 1. But here's what I want to show you. This is the pound on a 15-minute chart. And I just want you to I'm going to go like very, very, granular position. I'm just going to go backwards and backwards, because what we're looking for an orange label. The orange label is when we get stopped out at -15. This is our terminal stop label. See, one of the cool things is everything is visualized here, right? So I have to go, because of trading view, it only gives you a limited amount of space. So I'm going backwards, 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 backwards. I'm looking for that orange label, and I still don't see it. I still don't see the orange label, right? I still don't see the orange label. I know I have it. Hang on. Oh, did I have it? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay, look at this. Okay, now I didn't do what you guys saw me, right? No sleight of hand. I just went backwards, 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 backwards. I'm just looking for the orange label. The orange label says, ooh, you got tagged that this 4 times in a row, this algo did not work, right? So this is the worst case scenario. I lost 15x my risk. So just for argument's sake, I don't know, I bet $100, that would be a $1,500 loss, right? But here's the thing that you need to appreciate. So this is 15x losses. I had to go all the way back to December. So this is like, it's just like the insurance business, only one of 6,000 guys dies, right? Only one of 6,000 trades dies. It's not the same odds, but obviously I'm just being facetious, but you get the idea. So let's just do a very, very clean, rule of thumb rule. How many trades did this thing generate per month, right? Or resolve per month? How many resolve, not trades, but how many of these bright green labels I have in about a month? So let's go backwards this way. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? This is Jan. So let's go forward. No, actually, no, this is going to be it's going to take time. Let's go, we're going to just do a very simple rule of thumb. So we're in May, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. So if this is April 24, May 24, basically 30 days, about 10 resolutions, 10 of these green labels, right? It's a rule of thumb. Some months are going to be more, some months are going to be less. So let's count it back. We got May, April, March, February, December. It's 5 months, 50 of these green labels, and 15 loss. So 50 minus 15, what is that? That's net 35 positive trades in 5 months. Each trade is 20 pips. So that's net 700 pips in net 700 pips in pound dollar since December. Very, very, very steady, right? Including the losses, right? So it's just net net. And that's just one currency pair. And imagine repeating this process over and over and over again. So the net result when we ran this on these 5 pairs over the last about month and a half, there was about 400 plus trades, and I think the total was around like it peaked out, and then May has been a little bit of a draggy, but it peaked out at around 900, and I think it was 898 pips, something like that. So let me just take you to my FX book. I want to show you. So this is my FX book for this particular account that that we put on here during this particular time frame with these particular pairs. So here's what I want to show you that's very interesting. So I'm starting with the reds because I want to show you all the losses that occurred in this account. Remember, if I lose at 0.8, right? It's 1, 2, 4, 8. If I lose at 0.8, that's my terminal stop. Let's count my terminal stops here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? There was 9 terminal stops in this, in this whole cycle. And this was actually just from April, because this is 5 currency pairs, there were more stuff. And I'm sorry, guys. And this was done, I forgot to tell you the most important part. This was done on the 1-minute chart. We were running it on a 1-minute chart where there's a lot more risk, right? Because you're going to take a lot more trades, and you're going to have the possibility of a lot more choppiness. I showed you this on a 15-minute chart, which is the ideal, but I ran it on a 1-minute chart just to stress test this. So we stress tested this on a 1-minute chart. So we got 9 stop outs. This was a continuation of we had a couple. I made a mistake of running it to more levels than I needed to, but this would have, if you think about this is like level 1, level 2, level 3, and then resolves on the next level. So it's the same thing. So you have like 9 stop outs, right? Now let's go the other way. This is what I love about. Oh wait, hold on a second. History. What happened here? What happened to my history? Wait, this history is private. Oh, I made it. What just happened here? How did this become private? What just happened here? Oh my God. Did I just make my history private? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I screwed up something on my. I'm sorry. I screwed up something on my thing, and now it's going to take me a while to figure out how I have to undo this. So, what I was going to show you is that there was 20 panels of 20 trades, 400 trades of winning trades in the move. I don't know what I just did to this thing that I screwed up my beautiful history. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can pull this up on. I think I had a duplicate. Bear with me a second. I have a duplicate thing. I wonder if this is. Okay, cool. Yes. Always be prepared. Let me see if I can bring this in here. Okay, so here's history. Cool. So let me see if I can do it this way. Pips. No. I don't know what happened. Oh, I don't know what happened, guys. I'm sorry. Anyways, what I was going to show you is that you could have, we had 400 trades that were positive against 9 trades that were negative, and that was basically 20 trades positive for every losing trade. Remember, it's 1 out of 15, so you're net 5 every 20 trades. That's how we made the P&L. That's how the P&L got so clean and strong. It was 20 net trades for the P&L, and that's what happened on these trades. That's one strategy. That's Stallion. But what I really want to show you is my other strategy. my other strategy. Yeah, so somebody says they're a little bit confused because they're looking because it shows 22 pips on the loss. So very sharp for you to notice. This is I'm actually running it with a 20 pip target and a 22 pip stop, and the reason why is because of spread. Right now, remember I ran this on like the worst possible conditions, the worst possible spread, and in order for me to ensure that I was not getting stopped out at minus 18 versus minus 20, I had to add 2 ticks to the spread. So this is literally fully accountable for slippage and spread. Now, if you're trading on super tight spreads, like if you're trading on 8-cap raw spreads, you don't have to do that because you can trade 20-20 because it's going to be essentially net, maybe 20-21. You can configure this stuff, and I'll be happy to show this to you when I offer you this for your pleasure. But you're absolutely right. I had to. This is actually a little bit of a negative trade. It's a 20 pip target, 22 pip spread. But even if you think about this, even if you go to level 4, right? I'm still net positive because at level 4, I'm 20 positive against all those minus 22 at smaller sizes. My size is what makes the whole position positive. So it's slightly less. It basically works out. So as I showed you, it's 1 out of 15. It's actually, with this particular spread, it's 1 out of 16. Now remember that I showed you in the panel that I made 20 winning trades for every losing trade. So that means net 4 positive trades every time I'm making trades. And when you're making lots and lots of trades, you're doing much better. And that was on 1-minute charts. That was on the really most stressful data. On the 15-minute charts, I'm literally, this looks like 1 out of 50 instead of 1 out of 20. So there, my spread in P&L should be much better because I'm not taking too many frequent trades. So what I want to show you next is that it's very important to have diversification. And if you have diversification, you can have other strategies. This is the second strategy that we traded, which is xtrend, which is a strategy that I kind of stole from Kathy. And it's Bollinger Band strategy that fades the Bollinger Band breakouts, but not at the standard 2 standard deviation. You see this is a Bollinger Band at 2 standard deviation and at 2.5. The extreme edge of the Bollinger Band is 2.5. And the rule of thumb is if it pierces the 2.5, then it's fadeable, both from the buy side, so it drops into the 2.5. I'm a buyer, boom, done. It rises into 2.5. I'm a seller, boom, done. This one gets stopped out. Next one, boom, done. Level 2 gets resolved. Level 1 gets resolved, right? This is actually one of my favorite strategies, and this thing is actually super good. Let me just come back, bring it all the way to the end. What I was going to show you, you saw how the other strategy was kind of chopping out. This one is was also chopping out. These conditions have been a little bit hard here, but nowhere near as bad as the other one in the month of April. So this one is like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 here on the which one is this? This is pound. Let's go to Swissy. Here it is on Swissy, resolving here, floating the buy trade, very quiet. Let me go over here. This one is a little slower. This one is definitely a lot slower in terms of trades, but it's also very accurate. It really doesn't come up against that terminal position in any time soon, right? You can see here it's level 3 at most resolved, level 1. Most of these things are resolving at level 1. And then when you get the nice little choppiness, which is actually what I was looking for, this is the 28th of April. Look at the choppiness and look how nicely done. It's like basically every trade here, you wake up, every trade is a winner, every trade is a winner, every trade is a winner. So you combine this kind of a choppy trade action with one that's a little bit more fluid on the moving averages, and it takes care of both types of regimes and adds the P&Ls into your P&L. So now I bet you're wondering, how do you automate all of this stuff? How does this happen, right? Here comes the magic. The trigger candle is not just hitting the band, it's got to close. It's got to close. So if you look at this very carefully, it's got to actually physically close above the band, and then it triggers a sell 91,370, right? It takes a while. It takes a while. By the way, I don't know if you got. I'm like the most impatient person in the world, right? So look at this trade. This is a trade in Swissy. Starts at 2:30 in the morning for me, which of course I'm never going to be up for that, at that time. And then it just floats from April 24th to, God, how many hours is that? Like more than 24 hours of just endless up and down. Look, it almost touches this profit, comes back up. Like, think of how much emotion you would have if you were just manually watching this stuff versus the machine that just says, tick, sell, buy, done, resolved, move on to the next one, move on to the next one, do the buy, move on to the next one, right? So super cool in terms of being able to create these very simple, very clean mean reversion strategies and just execute them. So now, and by the way, I hope you guys can hang out with me. We always schedule this for an hour. It always goes much longer, and I hope you guys are enjoying it because there's just so much to talk about. Now I want to show you what you need to do to make all of this happen and how simple all of this is once you understand the structure. So what do you need to get this thing to trade automatically for you? You need 3 simple things. You need a trading view account. Now, I don't know how many of you have a trading view account. I'm assuming 95% of you who are listening have a trading view account. If you don't have a trading view account, the trading view accounts can be purchased for if you're doing it on a monthly basis for 15 bucks a month. This is more than enough for what you, in order to do this, more than enough for what you do in order to do this. This allows you to put 5 indicators on each particular chart. I only need to do one. I only need to do 1 indicator per chart, so you're fine. It gives you lots and lots of historical bars. It gives you 20 price alerts per construction. So that's probably going to be enough. Well, I would say if you do 20 price alerts, I have 4. If I do buy, sells 5, yeah, that's actually perfect. So I have 5 currency strategies. Each currency strategy has a buy and a sell alert, and so that's 20. That's basically it. This particular thing is the starter. Now, I have the premium. Many of you may have the premium. Many of you for whom this is just not even a conversation. You all have it, so it's not even a problem. However, I will tell you that if you don't have it, I will make this free for you. I will make it free for you if you like what I'm going to show you. So this is all you need. You need a trading view account, number 1, because you need to use my indicators to be able to put this on trading view, right? Then, and this is where it gets really cool. Each trading view indicator has the potential to have an alert, right? I have built in the alerts you need. So what the way this structure works is you simply say, you go into the alerts, you say Stallion buy, once per bar close. Just simply choose Stallion buy or Stallion sell. That's all you need to do is Stallion buy once per bar close. And all of the execution code, everything you need to do to have the trade executed has already been pre-written for you, right? And then the only thing you're going to need to do is simply add a special little URL, a little key called a webhook. I'll explain to you exactly what that is and how you generate it. This is simply a unique key, unique to you, that's going to tell another piece of software to go out there and execute the trade. And the way that works is there's another piece of software called TradingView 2.0, which costs $599, $5.99, $6 a month, that allows you to take 500 of these alerts per day. I generate maybe 1 or 2 or maybe 5 trades per day. So this is 100 times more than what you need for basically $6. Also, I will make it free for you for the first 3 months. Don't worry, none of this is going to cost you anything. And all you do is you will create your special, unique hook. Like I have my hook over here, right? Let's just go into webhook details. It will create this little special unique hook. How? I will tell you. I will tell you in my training session, because it's not, it's a little bit of work. We will have to go to Telegram. We'll have to create a little private Telegram channel for you. All of that is super simple, because I will do it all for you, and you will create a special unified hook. Now, the only thing you need to do then is go into, where am I? I'm going to go into my software. I'm going to go into my VPN software. I'm going to show you. This is a computer. I'm in Jersey right now. This is a computer that's sitting in my office in New York, right? And this computer runs MT5. It can run MT4, MT5, and it has a little EA that you just simply download from TradingView 2.0. You just drop it into your chart. Just drop it. You don't do anything to it. Just drop it into a chart. And you just add. Let me see if I can later. That's not letting me. Not even letting me touch this. I wonder if this thing. I'm frozen over here. Hang on a second. I wonder if I can do this. Oh, there we go. There we go. Sorry. All you need to do is go in here and just add that same little webhook. This, all you gotta do is just cut and paste your URL. That's it. Everything else, you leave it alone. Nothing. It will automatically execute all these trades. You see, it's just automatically executing my trades here in the background for me. And this computer is running not one, not two, but four instances of these programs for me in all these different permutations, right? Now this computer is nothing more than just the cheapest of cheapest, cheaper than this. What I have sitting on my desk is 4 years older than this one. The Lenovo ThinkPad, my favorite computer in the world. Unbelievably resilient. You can buy them for $300. Now, you can do the exact same thing on a virtual private network. In other words, you could have the piece of software, you can have the alert set up, and you can have the MT5 running on your computer in a VPN. Absolutely great. The problem with VPNs is they're expensive and they go down, and they don't give you nearly as much memory to be able to run as many programs as you want. This thing does nothing, literally does nothing but run my programs 24 hours a day, run my trades 24 hours a day. And what I have is 8 gigabytes, which is more than enough. This thing is, it's like stuff is so cheap now. I was shocked. Like, I'm thinking of actually buying this stuff because it's so much better machine than what I have. And just, you leave it on. You leave it on permanently. You just let it run. And it literally has been running on my desktop here for months on end without me touching it. It's the greatest thing. And what am I using to log into my New York apartment office computer? An absolutely free program called Parsec. Again, same thing that I'll share with you as part of my tool set, right? So this is a free program designed actually for gamers, designed for people who wanted to play gaming. That's why it's so super fast. That's why I can control my computer in New York super fast. Boom, boom, boom. I'm sitting here in Jersey on a completely different, much more newer Lenovo desktop, but I'm just controlling all this stuff. And I can actually restart everything. I can restart my computers, do everything remotely. This piece of software is free. This is the computer in my house is totally free. It's paid for, and everything else is all taken care of. So the only thing I'm paying money for is my TradingView subscription, which I'm doing anyways because everybody in the world who trades uses TradingView, and I'm paying a tiny amount of $5 a month for getting this webhook generated, right? And the way it works is, you can see, if I go into my alerts section over here in TradingView, you see I have all of my alerts all set up, and they're all just sitting here. And by the way, if you say to yourself, you know what, this strategy I don't like the way the strategy is trading on the euro, I want to turn it off. All you got to do is hit the stop button over here, and it will never, ever, ever again take a trade for you. You see how the automation is so simple? everything sits in the cloud. Oh, the pièce de résistance is that um, this, my computer does not have to be open. The alerts don't. Once I set up an alert, I can close TradingView forever, because these alerts are sitting in the TradingView cloud. They're executing in TradingView cloud. TradingView in background says, oh, Boris's indicator just issued an alert. Let me send out this message to his MT5 sitting in his apartment in New York, and it's going to execute a trade. And all of this is done totally without any interference from me. It's 35 minutes to set this up from start to finish. Get the software, get your computer, put the software on your computer, and not buy and click, but just set up the very simple idea of like, hey, let me do an alert on this particular currency. It takes me 5 minutes to do all the 10 currencies, right? Just hit buy, everything is all pre-configured for you. And more importantly, I will pre-configure all of this for you. So what I wanted to propose for you is the following. Our friends at ACAP have been incredibly generous. And what they're basically said is, listen, these strategies, which are proprietary to Boris, you get to have. You get the code, you get the strategies, you get to own them. The setup itself, I will work with you in both a group session. We'll have group webinars to help you set up all this up, and then one-on-one if you need personal help in getting this organized in order to be able to create the automation process. And the deal is very simple. You don't have to spend the dollar. You just simply have to, if you have an account, just simply add 5,000 into ACAP account to get one strategy, and add 10,000 to get two strategies, both strategies. You can choose either one. You can choose either Stallion or xtrend for 5, or you get both of them for $10,000 deposit. If you already have an account, just simply top off the account. If once you do that, what I will do is I will actually send you a digital Visa debit card with $100 of value that will let you pay for your TradingView subscription and your TradingView 2.0, this little webhook generation. So both of this and this will be totally free for at least 90 days going forward. Okay, I will actually personally subsidize it if you open these accounts. So that means literally the whole process is 100% free for you to get this organized. And this, I hope, is going to make it very attractive. Remember, once you have this process set up, and once you have these structures set up, the beauty of all of these indicators that we have is that they are a template. They are actually a full-blown program. So I can, right now, I put two strategies into it. But if I want to, I can put a completely different strategy into the same process of multiple trade resolutions. I can do this all the time, and that will allow me to run more than 2, more than 3 strategies. And of course, you'll be part of that process once we add more new strategies. But right now, these two are doing such a good job at just nice and simply clean generating all these trades. So this was Swissy. Let's go to this is CAD, right? Another great trade, another very tough pair to trade on a trend basis. But look how great it is on a mean reversion basis, right? Look at how many light green tiles it has, right? Although notice this month has been tough. This has been a choppy month where you've had sort of no mean reversion and no continuation. So today we'll see if this trade particular, it's in level 3 now. We'll see if it'll resolve in level 3. But up to then it's been just pure money. So as always, all strategies have risk, and there's no illusion that almost every strategy is going to work. But what has been working is that this has been working for a very long time with very steady performance, and has been doing a great job on almost every single thing that I've put into it. That's what makes me happy without me doing any work. This is a great compliment to those of you who want to trade, don't have the time, because here's the thing about it that I kind of want you to sort of appreciate. even if occasionally I get hit, even if occasionally I got to pay out a life insurance policy, remember, it doesn't come out out of thin air. There's a whole bunch of money I already collected against that life insurance policy. So even if I'm like minus 15 once or twice every 2 or 3 months, before that I've collected hundreds of pips in P&L. So almost always, this is the coolest thing about these strategies. Your losses are coming out of profits; they're not coming out of equity. That's the really cool thing. You're already well above on your equity before any kind of a loss. It doesn't always work that way. Yes, of course, there's always risk. I don't want to ever confuse anybody to say that there's no risk, but this is a lot of success. This is a lot of success that you don't have to work for, that you do not have to do anything for except configure, set up, and watch it trade. This is dollar yen. I'm just showing you, okay? And these are the most liquid, these are the most liquid pairs. Now remember, we haven't even talked about doing this on anything besides currencies. You could definitely do this on US 30. You can definitely do this on NASDAQ. You can do this on lots of other different strategies with lots of different configurations. And I will be happy to have you in my room to discuss all of these things, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create this whole automation club that will work. Now, let me see if there's any questions here. Is the only choice to have 5K in ACAP? So if you cannot open an account with ACAP, if you're a US customer or you're not, sort of not able, email me, or I will email all of you guys out. The non-free option will be $4.99 for one strategy and $8.99 for 2 strategies. So we will have a paid option for those people that want to have paid. But of course, I'd much rather have you guys do it for free. Remember, you can put the money in, deposit it. If after 90 days you don't like it, you don't want to trade it, no problem. There is zero recall on this. Like, I will subsidize you, they will subsidize you, and they just want you to trade. Like, there's no clawback on our part. You get to keep this after 90 days, even if you're not, even if we just want you to open the account and trade it with us for 90 days, and then after that, if you're not happy, you can do it. But I'm sure you're going to be pretty happy, because you're going to be seeing these P&Ls that you don't have to work for every single day in your in your phone. And I'm going to be there, holding your hand, helping configure all of this, helping make sure that it's all set up properly, and making sure that that you're all organized. And it's it's my pleasure. It'll be really, really great to do this. Can this work on a proprietary account? I don't know. Well, so it's not designed for proprietary trading. What I mean by this is I'm sure there are proprietary firms that allow you to trade EAs, but this is a slow and steady trading strategy. This is designed to make money. Proprietary trading is all about making very, very fast intraday money. This is not designed for trading intraday. This is good. The reason why this works is because this is a really well thought out, well intelligent, highly risk controlled, elegant strategy that works on longer term time frames, which is where FX operates, right? That's why it works. It works because it has all the best characteristics of what a good trader should be doing, right? Which is the exact opposite of what proprietary trading is doing, right? So is there a time frame to join? In the next couple of weeks, right? I'm going to keep this offer pretty much for the next 15, 20 days. So feel free. But let me actually, you know what, guys? Let me put the link into the offer in both of the sets here. I'll put in the link here to everybody. You can join it. I'll obviously send it to you guys here. And let me do this for you guys as well here in my live stream. Bear with me on the live stream here. Hang on a second. I gotta go find my Skype. Here's my Skype. I'm gonna put it into the live stream as well in YouTube as well. Okay, here we go. Copy link. What about the U.S. residents? If U.S. residents, as I said, email me and there will be a paid there'll be a paid version for this. So let me get myself back up on camera now so we can do a little Q&A, and you know, you can ask me any questions that you like. The point being is, this is a lifetime solution. What I mean by this is, once I show you how to do this, once you see how all of this is done, it's not limited just to these two strategies. It's not even limited to just these currency instruments. It's an amazingly elegant solution to do anything you want. And I'll be happy to show you how you could configure this, with other things as you go forward. But for now, the ability to have two really, really good battle-tested strategies that have performed in real time, on real money, on real accounts. I've showed you all the P&Ls. I've showed you the MyFX book, track record verified P&L. Really, really cool. And the ability, the whole point here is, I will hold your hand through this process to enable it. The technology exists. It requires a little bit of knowledge, which is what I'm here for, and guidance. But once you set it up, it's a set it and forget it process. It literally just sits on your computer and trades. As long as you give me either a dedicated computer in your house, or you put it on a VPN, and I'll be happy to have you configure it. But all you need to do is just open an account with ACAM. It's literally no money to you. I will offer everything free. And for those of you who want a paid version, because you can't open an account, obviously, there'll be a modest paid version, but it's only a one-time fee, and I'll be happy to configure that with you. So we'll have group sessions where I'll show you how to do this, and then we'll have one-on-ones for those of you who need one-on-one help. But it's really step 1, step 2, step 3, super easy, of how to do this. Open the accounts, get it all set up, and then we'll trade it first on very, very small sizes, so you guys are comfortable. You see, oh, okay, it's trading, 1/10 of a lot, 1/100th of a lot. Yeah, it's actually executing. It's doing everything that it's doing. It's putting stops, it's putting targets, it's doing all this stuff. And then once you're happy, you can go to large size, or you can be a big ass trader and go large size right away. It's up to you. I make it very, very customizable to whatever you guys want. The key thing is, after this is done, it's just you and your iPhone. Just you and your iPhone, my friends. Just, you got nothing to do. You can just sit there and check it out. And if you don't like it, if you don't like the way the strategy is trading, or you want to change the parameters, you can always change it, and you can always stop it, and you can always modify it. And more importantly, once you get comfortable, you can start adding other things into it, and that's really, really cool. It's nothing more fun than having lots of interesting trading ideas, trading for you, and making money for you while you're doing other things. So I hope you guys really like all of this. Let me see if any questions I got here. Okay, so John is asking me, what would have been the P&L since January if we did this? So, and again, John, I'm going to give you the P&L in pips, right? Because remember, I was trading this on ridiculously low risk. I was trading on a 1/10 of a lot. But let me sort of normalize it. You were doing, let's say, a $5,000 account, right? On 1/10 of a lot, which means that under the most regulated brokers, this is the other thing, under the most regulated brokers, it's laughable at how much margin I had. I literally never breached more than 10% of my margin cumulatively. In other words, all my 5 positions are trading at the same time. I never even touch margin, right? I've never touched more than 10% of my margin. That's how little I was trading it. It still made, I'm translating because some of the yen pips were much smaller, the cap pips were smaller, so it was like about 800 pips, but it was about $563. So if you did this on a $5,000 account since January, it was about $563 on the P&L. Now, of course, past performance not indicative of future results. I need to disclose this very, very much upfront. I don't want anybody to think that this is what they can expect, because nobody can expect anything going forward. But this has been the forward tested results on all these strategies. So I am very, very comfortable trading them going forward, you know. And I just actually put on xtrend only a week and a half ago, you know, because we finally configured all this stuff. And this has been bomber. I love xtrend. Like xtrend right now, just, you know, very small. Again, same thing, very small. But xtrend wasn't, because I'm looking at my account. Yeah, again, I'm trading super small. I'm trading $20 trades. These are $20 trades. But and I'll show it to you. Let me see if I can do this to you. Let me see if you guys can see this on the screen. You see, it's all primarily blues. It's all primarily P&Ls, like $20, $30. So it was a very, very useful trade. Now, you know, ignore the bottom P&L because that's all old stuff. But here, let me actually show. Actually, you know what? Let me do this properly today. Custom, which is let's say from the beginning of when I started trading this. Done here. I'll give you the actual. This is no custom. May start done. Trying to get this properly done here. Sorry. Is this week? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. Just here's the actual P&Ls. I hope you guys can see it on my computer. I can't tell if you guys see it, but you know that's what it is. I'm just showing you the actual P&L. So this is tiny. Obviously, you could trade 10 times that, and that would be much more. Like if I traded this 10 times, if I traded this at real size on a $10,000 account, if I traded this at real size, if I traded this at 1/10 of a lot, if I traded a full lot, which would have been fine because I still would have been well within margin. It would have been like $900 in a week, but that's too much. I don't like to do so much leverage. Anyways, hope you guys really find it interesting. It's awesome. As I said, it's basically a process to set up lifetime ability to trade automatically. Once you have these skills, once I have set up all these process, you can do it with this, you can do it with other things. You can actually go to TradingView, find somebody else's indicator who you really like and somebody else's strategy you really like, create the alerts on that, and just have the whole thing done. That's the beauty. What I'm trying to explain to you is once I get this done for you once, and the process is there, you don't even have to use only my indicators exclusively. You can use any indicators that have an alert, that have a buy sell alert, and once they have those, you can set up all the possibilities. That's so much better than having to have MT5 EA, each unique EA for each individual strategy, knowing all the parameters in each EA, blah blah blah, all that complexity, you know, running on your computer. Tell me that's not so much better. This is basically taking the whole world of TradingView and making it fully automatable to you in this process, right? So I hope you guys really like that. That's why I was excited to kind of share this with you. And the fact that it's working and it's actually doing what it's supposed to do and it's really, really executing properly is just, you know, chef's kiss. It's the cherry on the top. Okay, let me see if there's any more questions here. Can you get the indicator without ACAP just by joining BK Family? Yes, there's a special offer. I'll make a special offer for anybody who can't join ACAP. Can this be done on Android? Absolutely can be done on Android. It's MT5 is both. All you need is a MetaTrader 5 account, a MetaTrader 5 app on Android or iPhone. Yes, absolutely. Any minimum trade to take using? No. There's no minimum trades. You could literally do 0.1. You know, there's no. Again, what I really want you guys to understand is what makes this offer so compelling is that there's no minimums. You're not expected to do anything. We just would like your business. So they just want you to deposit the money, trade it, you know, with us for at least 90 days. You don't like it, take your money out. But if you like it, come hang out with us. The whole point is we think this is so good that you'll be trading with us for life because the broker is great, the strategy is great. But there's literally no obligation to do anything. It's an amazing free offer for something that frankly is worth probably about $2,500 in software and services that I'm just giving it away for free. And once you have it, the knowledge will be yours, and the technology will be yours. So you can use it forever. Yeah, we'll work on the U.S. customers. I know. But for now, let me see. Anything else on YouTube? No, everybody's good on YouTube. Okay, super. So I want to thank you guys. It's been a blast. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed the whole introductory aspect of auto trading. The full details, come join me, and I will set you up with all the key details of how to make this happen and make it happen. This, I think, is just a next path in retail trading. You know, most people are doing point and click. Most people are doing, sort of personal trading, which is fun, but it's very limiting. And imagine having a side account whose only job is to auto trade for you. This is what this does, and I hope you guys really, really like it. So I'll send all the follow-up information, and ACAP will follow up with you. But if you guys just go on this webpage and register, just register, we'll be able to give you all the information, the follow-up information to get this done. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I will see everybody in the markets. I'll see everybody in live trading on Tuesday, and everybody enjoy the holiday weekend. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.